Welcome back to Cinematic Time Capsule channel again. In this video, we are going to show you 5 Charlie Chaplin movies to watch. Number 5. The Gold Rush. A solitary prospector braves the harsh wilderness of Alaska in search of gold. Along the way, he encounters rugged individuals and finds himself captivated by the lovely Georgia. With his unique charm, he attempts to win her heart. Do you know that? Chaplin himself said this was the film he most wished to be remembered by. Number 4. The Kid. A woman decides to abandon her baby in the back seat of an automobile with a handwritten note attached, beseeching the finder to care for and love the child. The baby is discovered by the initially reluctant Tramp, who eventually softens and comes to love him as his own. As the boy grows up, both he and the Tramp must learn to navigate through a life that spawns one adventure after another. Do you know that? Every Sunday, during the first few weeks of filming, Chaplin would take Jackie to amusement parks and pony rides and other activities. Some have seen Chaplin's relationship with Coogan as an attempt for Chaplin to reclaim his own unhappy childhood, while others have interpreted Chaplin's attention toward the boy as recasting Coogan into the child he had just lost. Number 3. The Great Dictator. 2 decades after World War I, during which Tumania was defeated, Adenoid Hinkle emerges as the country's ruthless dictator. He advocates for a pure Aryan state and seeks the annihilation of the Jewish population. Unaware of these developments, a humble Jewish barber from Tumania, who has been hospitalized since a battle in the war, is released with memory loss about the conflict. Upon his return, he is confronted with the harsh reality of Jewish persecution, learning about it from others in the Jewish ghetto, including a washerwoman named Hannah, with whom he begins a relationship. The barber is spared from persecution by Commander Schultz, whom he had saved during the war. Eventually, Hinkle shifts his policies towards the Jews, though his reasons are driven by ulterior motives, including a desire for global domination, beginning with the invasion of the neighboring country Austerlitz. However, this ambition faces potential resistance from Benzino Napoloni, the dictator of the nearby nation Bacteria. In the end, Schultz, who has turned against Hinkle's regime, and the barber may work together to take control of the situation, utilizing Schultz's inside knowledge and the barber's striking resemblance to a powerful figure in the regime. Number 2. City Lights. A tramp falls for a lovely blind girl whose family is facing financial difficulties. Thanks to his unpredictable friendship with a wealthy man, the tramp is able to support her and pursue her affection. Although talking pictures were becoming increasingly popular when Chaplin began developing the script in 1928, he chose to continue without dialogue, incorporating sound only through a synchronized musical score and sound effects. Filming began in December 1928 and concluded in September 1930. City Lights was the first film for which Chaplin composed the score, completing it in 6 weeks with the help of Arthur Johnston. The main theme, serving as a leitmotif for the blind flower girl, is La Violet Era, a song by Spanish composer José Padilla. Chaplin later lost a lawsuit to Padilla for failing to credit him. Released on March 7, 1931, City Lights was an instant success, receiving positive reviews and earning over $4 million in worldwide rentals. Today, many critics regard it as not only a big movie of Chaplin's career, but also one of the greatest films ever made. Number 1. Modern Times. Chaplin's final silent film, which actually included sound effects, was created during a time when most filmmakers had transitioned to talkies. In this film, Charlie critiques modern society, the machine age, and the idea of progress. The story begins with Charlie struggling to keep pace on a fast-moving production line, where he's tasked with tightening bolts. He is then chosen to test an automatic feeding machine, but after a series of comical mishaps, his boss concludes that Charlie has lost his mind, resulting in his admission to a mental hospital. Upon release, he is mistaken for a communist while waving a red flag, gets arrested, thwarts a jailbreak, and is eventually set free again. The film continues to follow Charlie through a series of humorous adventures until the very end. Do you know that? Chaplin spent 8 days filming the iconic roller skating scene in the department store, where he skates blindfolded near the edge of the 4th floor, narrowly avoiding a fall into a deep stairwell below. The seemingly dangerous drop was actually a clever illusion, a painted scene on a pane of glass strategically positioned in front of the camera to align perfectly with the existing set, creating the appearance of a perilous height. Subscribe for a timeless film experience and rediscover the classics.